You know what really blows my mind? What blows my mind is that a church can get $1 billion in donations in like one day, but there's still, hunger in this world. There's still people that are starving that can't afford food. But yet, a church that is a tax-free organization gets $1 billion in donations. This tax-free organization is probably worth like $500 million or something like that. But on the books. But they probably have money stashed. They probably have gold stashed. They probably have a lot of things stashed, right? So, why is it that a church gets $1 billion donation to rebuild this church, right? This church is not going to house any human beings. There's no human being going to be living in this church. Like, how many houses could you build with $1 billion? I mean, they probably got more than $1 billion now. It just blows my mind, right? What it made me realize is we can solve world hunger. It's just humans are selfish. Humans, I don't know, it blows my mind. Andrew Yang, he's trying to become the president of the United States of America. And I've had people, laugh, about his ideas. His idea to, give people $1,000 a month. Also, I think $1,000 in food stamps or something like that a month as well. And, basically, this is an idea that will solve world hunger. Because if this idea spreads if it works in, let's say we do it in America, it'll spread out because other countries will start getting jealous, or, the people will start getting jealous. People want to move. There'll be, just to America just because, it'll set the standard for the world. But it blows my mind that people will sit there and say, oh, that'll just make people lazy. You're just fucking greedy. It's not going to make people lazy. It's going to make people so they're not fucking starving. Because, I don't know. It just blows my mind. Some people, and I don't believe in the whole quote-unquote white privilege thing. I just believe that there's an American privilege. It's not a white thing, because there are many black people who are also privileged as well because of the way they were raised in America. But I think that some people are just so privileged that they can't see that it's not going to make people lazy. They don't see how starving the world fucking is. You live in your little bubble, but most of the world is starving. But fuck the world. Most of the United States of America is starving. Look at all the homeless. How much, what that can solve? We could fix homeless problems. Homeless people won't be necessarily homeless anymore. They'll have money, $1,000 a month. People be like, oh my God, that can't even pay the rent. Where the fuck are you living? You're so privileged that you're only used to living in a place where apartments are $1,000 or more? Where I'm from, apartments are anywhere from $500, up to $800, $900. So this is what I'm talking about. That $1,000 a month, yeah, could pay someone's rent and some. So it can give someone a place to live, and it can give them food, so they don't have to worry about that shit. And then the human race can focus on what they were meant to focus on. You think humans were meant to focus on, damn, I need to get some food? No, that's what. But also, do you think the rich want to see the human race really advance? Apparently not, for some reason. Apparently, if people can donate all this money to a fucking church, but that church can actually help the people, that blows my mind. Because there are people that probably go to that church, donate their money to that church, right? Go home, look in their fridge, and probably have no food because they donated all their money to the church because they feel like they need to donate in order to go to heaven. This is the shit that I'm talking about. This is why starvation exists. This is why, there's unnecessary suffering that the planet is going through that humans were supposed to have solved fucking forever ago. but the rich are greedy. It's like everyone's talking about we need to tax the rich. No, you don't need to tax the rich. We need to force the rich to give up their money to buy food for people. That's what we need to do. Because y'all are so fucking privileged and greedy and selfish and stuck in your own little bubble that you don't understand that this is not about you. This is about us. We are one. The human race. And if someone who's more fortunate can't help the less fortunate, then you're very unfortunate. It's very unfortunate for you that, you probably have no real friends either, though. That's some real shit. Because if you can't help someone, it's like, it shows the type of person you are on the inside. And it's like, you know how, like, and maybe you're doing it out of, like, you think you're doing the right thing type shit, because there's a lot of people that do the wrong thing because they think they're doing the right thing. But this would be one of those situations where you're doing the wrong thing, but you think you're doing the right thing. People think that, if you give the poor money, it doesn't help them. They use that old saying that it's like, if you teach a man to fish, if you give a man a fish, he'll come back tomorrow for another fish. But if you teach a man to fish, he'll have fish for the rest of his life. And it's like, people, I don't know, this is not the fucking 1920s, the 1800s, like, life is not a fucking fish, okay? Why can't we give a man a fish today, and also while he's eating his fish, teach him to fish? Why do you gotta be selfish? Why is it gotta be only one way? And my thing is this, that reality itself is not a fish. So, things are changing, times are changing, humanity is changing. The human race needs to evolve. If we're going to keep the old sayings, we're going to stay in the old ways. And the old ways are that the rich keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer, and we need to equal things out. And instead of communism, because people say, communism is like everyone gets the same amount and everyone's whatever. Instead of communism, why don't we just give it so there's like a basic? And I 100% agree. If Andrew Yang becomes president or not, it doesn't matter. America needs to implicate his ideas, put his ideas into action, and $1,000 a month. And if not, businesses need to put it into action. Someone rich, I don't give a fuck, billionaires, everyone needs to get together. And we need to make that happen, because that needs to be the standard for the world. Because then the world can start thinking about what actually matters. Let's colonize Mars. Let's create, technologies that are unimaginable. Let's travel the world. Let's travel dimensions. Let's travel the galaxies. Like I said, let's colonize Mars. Let's colonize Titan. Let's get our resources from Jupiter and Saturn. Let's fucking like this is what I'm talking about. What the human race is capable of is unimaginable. But how can we focus on any of that shit when we're still trying to focus on, damn, I ain't got no fucking money to get no damn food right now? We'll never be able to advance the human race unless people have time to think about bigger things. And I just think it would give people a chance. We would have how we just had the technological, revolution happen in the world. First was the Industrial Revolution, now it was the technological revolution. And after that happens, where humans don't have to worry about food, where we can, actually fix world hunger, after that happens, then we can actually start seeing another revolution. But this revolution will be so insane, it'll be whatever, and the reason I'm making this video is it's because, this church got $1 billion of donations in one day. Why can't, if we did that every month for, I don't know, for the world, or for starving people, or for the homeless, or for whatever, and then implicated the $1,000 a month thing, for citizens, and $1,000 for food stamps, so everyone has food, everyone has this, and people will still spend the money, and businesses will still make money, and the world will still go around, but people just won't be suffering as much. And if you're not relieving someone else's suffering, then, what's the point of being here? What the fuck are we here to do other than help each other out and become the human beings we were meant to be.